In part 2 of the topic, role of a passer in making receiving a simpler, easier, and effective process, we will cover the following. Key points to keep in mind while passing. Types of aerial passes. Game situations where various types of passes can be applied. Role of deception and surprise element in passing to make receiver's job easier. Training methods and summary. 3 critical points to keep in mind while passing are speed of the ball, timing of releasing the ball, point at which the ball is passed. The 4th one, please add, is accuracy. All these 4 ingredients make a pass effective. In regard to timing of the pass, I like to quote none other than Sidney Crosby, an outstanding hockey player. He says, "It's not the ability to see where everyone is when you look, but where everyone will be if you buy some time and hold the puck for another second." A beautiful message. It says the power of holding the ball. How can you hold the ball under huge pressure when everyone is tackling you from every side? The great players know how to do it. The footballers know. The basketballers know. But we in field hockey have discarded this skill. We treat the ball like a hot potato or a time bomb which is clicking to be blasted. We need to develop the skill of holding the ball. I'll give you some examples from the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games final match later during this video. But this is a very key message. Please develop the skills of holding the ball under pressure. Let's talk about the aerial passes. There are basically 4 types of aerial passes: forehand scoop, backhand open stick scoop, backhand open stick slap shot, and reverse stick aerial flick. We all know about the forehand scoop, which our players do very well. They can scoop the ball with pinpoint accuracy for 50 meters or even more. Beautiful, a new skill, an old skill, vastly improved in our game. So I won't touch base with that because you're very familiar with that. But the other 3 aerial skills which we have discarded, and it is a shame because they have a big part to play in our modern game. Let's cover the remaining skills. Now here's a situation where you can use the open stick for aerial passes. If you see, for example, I'm a center half, I look over here, I'm running with the ball here, he's marking me, I bring it here, and I see him here, I give it to the right side. Once more, here I am, I'm looking here, I bring it here, see, that's the one. Now one more time. One of the beauties of this backhand open stick scoop is this, that when the ball lands, it lands like a helicopter. It doesn't need much space, whereas the open stick scoop, the ball runs like when the aeroplane lands. So this scoop can be used as a center half, it can be used as a right half, it can be used as a right inner in the right offensive quadrants. When you have a little space and you don't want the ball to run away on the baseline or sideline, you scoop in such a way that it lands like a helicopter. It's like a parabola scoop. So please practice it. Just watch this when I do it. Here on my left foot. See, I got it here. You see this? You can clear the ball how far it goes. You can launch quickly a counter attack. Yeah. Yeah, and see how quick it is, the surprise element. Once more. See, I receive it. I make a bounce here. See, beautiful. Here's another skill to be added to your skill set. It is quite similar to the backhand open stick scoop, but it's a little bit quicker because you can do it on the run and surprise the elements. Its landing is also more or less like a helicopter. Just see, the ball is landing, it's not running, it's bouncing, so the player can pick it up on the run. Let's view it from the close range. I'm just using a goal. It can be used for scoring goals, that's a different topic, but just please observe the technique of scooping the ball on the run. This is for the backhand open stick scoop. On the left side, a little bit uncomfortable in controlling it and clearing it. It is a very simple technique to receive the ball on the reverse stick and then clear it. And even under huge pressure, you can make this simple reverse stick pass and reverse stick pass to your teammate, and also you can launch a counter attack. Here you see that I raise the ball by flipping the ball over the opponents. Here's another one. Now if you have more time, you can do this, clear it with the reverse stick just the way you were doing shooting on the goal. And you can also make a simple pass depending on the game situation. Here you can just run with the ball simply and then pass. Here is Sukhveer Singh, Director, Punjab Institute of Sports, who's been responsible for developing several players for India. He's demonstrating that what I did, how did I freeze the opponent, what exactly did I do. So let's watch in slow motion. Here, please observe the footwork, what I'm doing with my footwork. Just to be clear about my thought process, I'm thinking as a right inner, I'm imagining myself that I'm in the right offensive quadrant and there's a defender in front of me and there's my leading center forward. How I freeze the defender, how I keep the optimum engaging distance, so if he commits, he's burnt, and if he doesn't commit, he's burnt. I put him in a no-win situation. Please observe here the footwork. Please observe how the engaging distance is. Where am I keeping him? Look at the right side shuffle. I shuffled him. I'm making him think that I'm going to pass to my left, but I pass it in the open space behind him because he doesn't know what's happening behind him. And I have to give a credit to these young players who run off the ball. This is just a demonstration. I've never worked with them. Look at the intelligence. Look, he doesn't know where the opponent is, but I know where the opponent is, and he ran off the ball very well. This young player in a yellow shirt like a center forward. This was marvelous. Here's what Sukhveer is showing. He's showing a split step. Look at his feet. Look at his feet. It's a split step. It is to freeze the opponent. And here he's showing that don't run at one pace and pass the ball. He's showing that don't run at one speed and pass the ball. Be deceptive. Freeze the opponent so you can make him dance on your own tunes and pass where you want. Just watch it. Just watch it. Just watch this young Sukhbir. Look at this split step. Tennis players do it. Then why don't we do it? Show me one player who did this in the Tokyo Olympic Games 2020. We should bring that in our young players, in our youth programs. Now we shift to the left offensive quadrant. Here I am playing as a left inner. No need to tell who it is, the heaviest and the man in the blue shirt. Here I'm thinking as a left inner. My paradigm has shifted. My thought process has shifted. Here I receive the ball on open stick. Here I delay it and this young player tackles me. Yes, we are all human. I make mistakes too. Just want to show. But please observe how this sequence keeps on going. I get a pass from my center forward. I drag my fullback towards the sideline. I freeze him and then I pass the ball. Just watch these little things we do to freeze a player. Here I'm explaining my job is to make my defender look towards his right to the sideline because I'm in the left defensive quadrant, because so he doesn't know what's happening behind him. So here I go. Look, I'm diverting his attention there. I'm saying that I'm going to go forward and he commits and I make a scare pass, and here's the center forward who can go free and take on the defenders at the D top. Here's another one. Just watch it. Just watch the reverse stick, the timing of it. These skills, our modern players don't do it. They're discarding the deceptive skills. They're discarding the reverse stick skills, which has a big place in this modern game. Look now, this defender doesn't know. And I made a through pass to my center forward and the center forward ran into it. These are the tricks of the game, tricks of the trade, which we should bring them back in confined spaces, So this is what we are doing. Just observe once more, please. Here, now I'm demonstrating the role of passing and receiving the ball on a reverse stick. Here is with me the coach of the Burma and Myanmar's national team coach. He's passing the ball. Look, I receive it on my reverse stick and I pass it on my reverse stick. See, here I'm demonstrating passing and receiving on the reverse stick. Communicate with the reverse stick, receive it on the reverse stick, and pass it with the reverse stick. The strategy I'm applying in this game situation is drawing the defender number 2 towards his right and watching his feet and stick and then making the pass at the critical time. See here? His stick was on the right side. I had drawn him to the right and then made a pass. While flipping the ball over the stick, I used the same strategies. The only thing is I raise the ball with my reverse stick so when I see the defender committed. Just to be clear, what I'm thinking and imagining. I'm imagining myself in the right inner position, in the right offensive quadrant, and I see my right half overlapping. So I draw my left fullback towards his right, and then I pass the ball with this simple reverse stick pass. Look at the stick feint I did. I delayed the pass so the defender didn't know which way I was going to go. I double-minded him. So these are little things. I'm just repeating myself. So just please observe. Here's a little aerial pass. Now I like to reintroduce the skill of passing the ball with a slice hit to your teammate. It's gone out of fashion. Here in this game situation, I'm passing and receiving the ball from my center half. I see my center striker taking leads and I see space in front of him. I hit a long slice hit which he picks it up on the run before it crosses the goal line, and then he passes to carry on the attack. This skill can be applied in the right defensive quadrant, right offensive quadrant, by the right fullback, right half, right inner. and other parts of the field. It can be really effective in the modern game where the players commit too early and they do flat stick tackles, and slightly raising the ball over the stick can do wonders. We see this skill being applied by the tennis players to get the crucial points in their match, and also the last player who saw who I remember implementing this skill was Jenny Morris, the fullback of the Australian women's team who had won the Olympic gold medals in the Sydney Olympics and also in the previous tournaments. She hit this ball beautifully with her wrist, and I don't know why we have discarded this skill. It has a value in our game. Please try to teach our young players. Another point I like to mention over here is that look at this young player, center forward. He's 13 years old from the Punjab Institute of Sports. Look the way he's communicating with his teammates, running back and forth to be at the appropriate angle to receive the ball. This is communication. This is non-verbal communication. This is connecting. Now I like to draw your attention to the final match between Belgium and Australia men at the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. Here in this game situation, the Belgium right half ran with the ball about 25 meters and he's passing the ball to the right winger, which was mistrapped because the ball was bouncing, and moreover, the Belgium right half or right inner did not change his pace or did not do the stutter steps to pass the ball smoothly. Please remember, I'm just bringing home the point. I'm not trying to criticize any of these world-class players. Please don't get me wrong, because I don't want to put anyone in shame, because I have been through that a lot and I'm still going. So just to make my point, just to bring home the point. Now exactly after 15 seconds, the Australian players in the right offensive quadrant got the ball, and the right inner, he received the ball and he was going to pass the ball to the right winger, and the ball went way ahead and crossed the sideline because again this young right inner, I think so he's number one, the future Charlie of Australia, who also had number one shirt, did not do the stutter step, did not slow down, did not communicate with the right winger. These are little things which make big things happen. Please, I'm not criticizing, I'm just bringing home the point. Right half, right in, stand forward, left in, very good, put the world class pass, left in, right fullback, right in, right half, right in, stand forward. I'm making you think this twice. The left in, center half, stand forward. Very
Very
right
good.
in, come closer to him. Right half. Here's the exercise which is known as a shadow drill. You put the players in the positions, and first you call that which players to pass the ball to which player, and then later you ask one of the players to do the calling. And in this game situation, it is Warren, the sweeper back or centre off, who's making all the calls and letting the players to know where to pass and why. The whole purpose behind this shadow drill is to teach the players game intelligence, decision making, where to look and why. So this way the players are familiar that these are my options, they are aware of the game situation, where they are and what are their options. Only message I like to give is this, that please avoid teaching the young players skills in isolation, like going through the drills, passing back and forth. Teach them the skills in the context of the game, where they know that where will they apply this skill and what can happen when they do this and what to look at. In summary, I just like to say that please view the last 6 Teaching Tactically Creating Coaching video series. We have covered how to receive the ball as a forward in an open stance and various other receivings, and now we cover the various types of passing the ball. The name of the game is passing and receiving. So if when you will study and view these videos, it will give your young players a better idea of how to receive the ball, how to pass the ball, how to connect. Thank you for viewing these videos. Any feedback will be most appreciated.